When it comes to the purchase of a piece of woodworking machinery, the outlay can often be substantial. Depending on the equipment being purchased, you can expect to pay thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars and more. It doesn't have to be so expensive though. Good quality machinery can often be found for far less on the used market. The question is, does buying used make sense for you? In this video, I'm going to try and help you answer that question. I'm just about to head out shortly to buy a used airless spray system. I've been using a very cheap setup since my old machine died, and it just isn't doing the job I need of it. I would love to buy a new machine, but I don't feel like I would see the benefit of buying new based on how much I use it. The used machine I'm about to head out and buy is less than a quarter of the cost of the same machine new. It's a professional setup and everything can be rebuilt, which is a big plus over buying something for the same cost new, as the cheaper machines are often not serviceable and often end up being replaced after they fail at an added cost and lost time, of course. With that in mind, I want to focus on what's available on the used market versus what's available for the same cost new. If you know where to look, you'll find lots of options for great older machinery that is often far greater quality than what is available new at the same price. The kind of machinery I'm talking about is what you would consider professional or industrial level machinery. Typically, this type of machinery and equipment is built with far better raw materials, better precision, and with far greater longevity in mind than their new counterparts at the same price. There are so many great quality machines that come up for sale from companies looking to upgrade to a newer, more efficient machine, or often to machinery like CNC machines to boost productivity. Often they're still in perfect working condition, but if not, can always be repaired or rebuilt. Typically, this class of machine will run on three-phase power. Three-phase motors are much more efficient for the given power, a good attribute for a woodworking machine. If you don't have three-phase power, don't worry. You can always run a three-phase machine on a phase converter using regular single-phase power. I'm no electrician, so I can't talk about the efficiency of running a three-phase machine in this way, but hopefully someone out there can answer that question. And if so, please let us know in the comments section below. Of course, there are some downsides to buying used. These more industrial machines are often larger and heavier, so they will need space of their own where they won't be moved around. No mobile bases around here, I'm afraid. Of course, for a woodworking machine, that weight is a huge benefit, so you need to weigh that up for your own situation. Finding the right machine can take time, and depending on how much time you have, may be the defining factor between a used and a new machine. In some instances, a used machine might also need a little bit of TLC to get them to a good working order, so might require a further investment in time and/or money. Okay, so maybe used is the way to go for you, but where do you look if you're after used machinery? Well, the internet has made that really easy. From Facebook Marketplace to Craigslist and many other buy and sell sites, you'll find used machinery. But if you want to get serious about searching for just the right machine, try doing a search for used woodworking machinery, and you'll likely find many places that specialize in just that. The benefit of these sites is that they'll often have looked over and tested the machinery and be able to give you a thorough report of their condition. Some might even come with a warranty. Lastly, you'll likely come across auction sites. These sites can be places to find incredible bargains, as they can often be used when businesses close due to poor economic times. You will, however, need to know what you're looking for, so do your research before going that route. Okay, so what about buying new? Should you buy new? I was looking for a used scissor lift table for a very long time, and in the end broke down and paid what I consider to be a heck of a lot of money for one of these Felder Fat 300 tables. After just 4 months of use, I honestly can't understand why I didn't just buy this thing sooner. It makes my work so much easier, and I'd hate to say it, but I always figured it would. I'm just a cheap bastard, I guess. This is a great example of why it might make more sense to buy new. If you're going to be making money with the machine, And if the return on the investment makes sense, then buying new could be the way to go. In my case, buying this Felder CF741 meant that I could option the machine exactly how I wanted it, according to how I want to be able to use the machine. That dust extractor, however, I purchased used for about 1/3 of the cost of buying it new, and I couldn't be happier with it. So weigh up what makes sense for you. I just did a quick search for a 13-inch DeWalt thickness planer, something I see a lot of people using on YouTube, and the cost new was $799 Canadian. I then did a quick search on Facebook Marketplace and straight away found a 20-inch planer in great condition with a much greater height capacity for $750. You may not be slinging this thing into the back of the truck to use on site, but if that's not what you want it for, then the larger machine makes way more sense. And I know what I'd much rather have in my workshop. If you have anything to add that might help others find good quality used machinery, or maybe you just have some buying advice for new or used machinery, please drop a comment in the section below. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you aren't already subscribed and want to see more of this type of content, please consider subscribing. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.